Introduction to Mindfulness. What it is and how it works. Origins and definition of mindfulness. Mindfulness is an age-old practice that has roots in ancient spiritual traditions, particularly Buddhism. It is a discipline that focuses on mindful, non-judgmental attention to the present moment and one's internal and external experiences. Over time, mindfulness has gained popularity as a secular practice and has spread around the world, with numerous scientific studies demonstrating its benefits for mental health and overall well-being. The origins of mindfulness date back more than 2,500 years, when the Buddha taught meditation as part of his doctrine to achieve spiritual enlightenment. The term, mindfulness, comes from the Pali word, sati, which means remembering, or mental presence. In Buddhist traditions, mindfulness is considered one of the 7 qualities that lead to enlightenment, known as the 7 factors of enlightenment, Sada Bojjhanga. Despite its spiritual origins, the practice of mindfulness has been adapted for use in secular and therapeutic contexts. One of the main contributors to this transformation is Jon Kabat-Zinn, who in the 1970s developed mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, an 8-week program that teaches mindfulness techniques to reduce stress and improve quality of life. Since then, mindfulness has been integrated into various psychological therapies and wellness programs, such as mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, and mindfulness meditation. Defining mindfulness is not an easy task, as it involves various aspects and techniques. However, a common definition is to pay attention to the present moment in an intentional and non-judgmental way. This means being present to oneself, one's thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, as well as one's surroundings, without allowing oneself to be overwhelmed or react automatically. Mindfulness practice involves several key elements, including focused attention, openness to experience, non-judgment, and acceptance. Focused attention refers to the ability to concentrate on a specific object, such as the breath, a thought, or a sensation, while openness to experience involves being aware of whatever arises in our mind without avoiding or repressing it. Non-judgment is the attitude of observing one's experiences without evaluating or labeling them as good or bad, and acceptance is about recognizing and accepting what is present, without trying to change or reject it. The mechanisms of mindfulness are the cognitive and emotional processes that enable people to experience the benefits of the practice. Mindfulness works through several interacting mechanisms, affecting the way we perceive, think, and react to our daily experiences. One of the main mechanisms of mindfulness is mindful attention. Through the practice of meditation and mindfulness, we learn to focus our attention on the present moment and manage distractions that can take us away from the here and now. Mindful attention allows us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations with greater clarity and detachment, reducing the risk of being overwhelmed by worry or stress. Another key mechanism is emotion regulation. Mindfulness helps us develop the ability to recognize and accept emotions without judgment and without reacting impulsively or automatically. This skill enables us to better manage stress and negative emotions, facilitating greater emotional resilience and the achievement of a state of inner balance. Metacognition is another mechanism through which mindfulness works. Metacognition refers to our ability to reflect on our thought processes and to recognize thought patterns that can affect our well-being. Mindfulness helps us develop greater awareness of our mental patterns, enabling us to recognize and modify dysfunctional or limiting thoughts that can contribute to mental health problems, such as anxiety and depression. Finally, mindfulness fosters the process of desidentification, which is the ability to detach ourselves from our thoughts and emotions, recognizing that we are not defined by them. Through the practice of mindfulness, we learn to see our thoughts and emotions as temporary and transient events, rather than as stable and intrinsic aspects of ourself. This detachment allows us to live with greater serenity and flexibility, reducing identification with negative mental states and the tendency to ruminate on them. In summary, the mechanisms of mindfulness include mindful attention, emotion regulation, metacognition, and desidentification. These processes interact with each other and contribute to improving our mental health, well-being, and quality of life. In the next section, we will explore in more detail the many benefits of mindfulness, including reducing stress, improving concentration, and enhancing general well-being. The benefits of mindfulness are numerous and affect different aspects of our lives, both psychologically and physically. The practice of mindfulness can lead to improved mental health, increased concentration and attention, greater emotional resilience, and enhanced general well-being. One of the main benefits of mindfulness is stress reduction. Numerous research studies have shown that mindfulness practice can help reduce stress and anxiety levels, improving the ability to handle stressful situations and preventing the development of stress-related disorders such as depression and anxiety. Mindfulness can also help improve the quality of our interpersonal relationships. Through the practice of mindful attention and active listening, we can learn to be more present and empathetic toward others, improving communication and mutual understanding. In addition, the ability to regulate emotions and manage conflict more effectively enables us to maintain more stable and satisfying relationships. Another benefit of mindfulness concerns the ability to concentrate and pay attention. The practice of mindfulness teaches us to focus attention on the present moment and manage distractions, thus improving our ability to concentrate and pay attention to the activities we perform. This can lead to increased productivity and effectiveness in both work and daily activities. Mindfulness is also associated with increased self-compassion and better management of emotions. The practice of acceptance and non-judgment helps us develop a kinder and more compassionate attitude toward ourselves and others, reducing the tendency toward criticism and self-criticism and contributing to greater satisfaction in life. On the physical side, mindfulness can help improve sleep quality and boost the immune system. The practice of mindfulness and relaxation promotes deeper and more restful sleep, helping us cope with insomnia and other sleep issues. In addition, some research suggests that mindfulness can positively affect the immune system, increasing our resistance to disease and helping to maintain good health. Finally, mindfulness can have a positive impact on our perception of well-being and quality of life. The ability to live in the present, to appreciate moments of happiness and to accept difficulties with greater serenity can lead to increased satisfaction and overall well-being. In the next section, we will explore the relationship between mindfulness and neuroscience, analyzing how mindfulness practice can affect our brain and its functions, helping to explain the benefits described above. We will delve into the studies and research that have investigated the effects of mindfulness on the brain, examining the brain areas involved and the structural and functional changes associated with the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness and neuroscience. The relationship between mindfulness and neuroscience has become a subject of study in recent years, with several researchers investigating the effects of mindfulness practice on the brain. This research has shown that mindfulness can affect both the structure and functioning of the brain, helping to explain the benefits associated with this practice. One of the key concepts in understanding the interaction between mindfulness and the brain is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to change its structure and functioning in response to experience and learning. Mindfulness practice can promote neuroplasticity, leading to positive changes in brain areas involved in attention, emotion regulation, and stress management. One of the best-known effects of mindfulness on the brain concerns the amygdala, a structure involved in emotion management and stress response. Several research studies have shown that mindfulness practice can reduce the activity and volume of the amygdala, contributing to better emotion regulation and reduced stress reactivity. Another effect of mindfulness involves improving cognitive functions, such as attention and concentration. Neuroimaging studies have shown that mindfulness practice is associated with increased activity and connectivity in brain areas involved in attention control, such as the anterior cingulate cortex and prefrontal cortex. These changes may contribute to better control of attention and an increased ability to focus on tasks. Mindfulness can also affect the prefrontal cortex, an area of the brain involved in planning, critical thinking, and emotion regulation. Mindfulness practice can increase gray matter density in the prefrontal cortex, which is associated with better ability to manage emotions and make more effective decisions. Finally, mindfulness may impact the insular cortex, an area of the brain involved in the perception of emotions and internal sensations. Mindfulness practice can increase activity and connectivity in the insular cortex, improving our awareness of emotions and physical sensations and contributing to greater self-compassion and acceptance. In the next section, we will examine different mindfulness techniques that can be used to harness the benefits associated with this practice. These techniques include meditation, mindful breathing, active listening, and other practices that help develop awareness and attention to the present moment. Mindfulness techniques. A variety of mindfulness techniques are available to help people develop awareness and attention to the present moment. These techniques can be adapted to individual needs and preferences and can be practiced in a variety of settings, both formally and informally. Some of the most common techniques are described below. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is a central practice in mindfulness. During this meditation, the individual focuses on an object of attention, such as the breath, a mental image or a physical sensation, and observes without judgment the thoughts and emotions that emerge. When the mind digresses, the individual gently acknowledges the distraction and returns attention to the chosen object. Mindful breathing is a simple but powerful technique that can be used at any time to promote awareness of the present moment. To practice mindful breathing, the individual pays attention to the natural flow of the breath, noting the sensations associated with inhaling and exhaling. This practice can help calm the mind and develop a greater sense of inner balance. Active listening is another mindfulness practice that can be applied in daily interactions with others. Active listening involves being fully present and aware of the other person's words, emotions, and intentions, without interruption or judgment. This practice can improve the quality of interpersonal relationships and help develop empathy and mutual understanding. The practice of body scanning is a way to develop awareness of physical sensations and tensions in the body. During body scanning, the individual pays attention to each part of the body, starting from the feet and moving up to the head, noting any tensions, pains, or sensations. This practice can help release physical tension and develop greater awareness of the body's responses to stress. Meditative walking is another form of mindfulness meditation that integrates physical movement with awareness of the present moment. During meditative walking, the individual focuses on the sensations associated with foot movement and ground contact. This practice can be particularly useful for those who find it difficult to sit in meditation for long periods. In the next section, we will explore how to integrate mindfulness into daily life, addressing strategies for incorporating these techniques into daily activities and dealing with challenges and obstacles that may arise in the process. The goal is to make mindfulness an integral part of daily routines. Integrating mindfulness into daily life can bring numerous mental, physical, and emotional health benefits. However, it can be difficult to know how to successfully incorporate these practices into daily routines. The following are some strategies to facilitate the adoption of mindfulness in daily life. First, it is important to establish a daily meditation practice. This can be done by choosing a specific time of day to devote to meditation, preferably in the morning or evening, when the mind is quietest. The duration of the practice can vary from a few minutes to more than an hour, depending on individual needs and preferences. The goal is to be consistent and commit to regular practice. In addition, mindfulness can be incorporated into daily activities such as eating, brushing teeth, or driving. Paying attention to the physical sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise during these activities can help develop greater awareness of the present moment. This can also help break the cycle of negative thoughts or worries that often occupy the mind during daily activities. Creating an environment conducive to mindfulness practice is another important aspect of integrating these techniques into daily life. This can include creating a dedicated space for meditation, eliminating distractions, and choosing a time when you are less likely to be disturbed. It is also helpful to have a supportive practice, such as a meditation group or mindfulness teacher, to help maintain commitment and support the development of the practice over time. Finally, it is important to remember that mindfulness practice is an ongoing process of learning and growth. There will inevitably be moments of frustration, resistance, or distraction, but it is critical to maintain a kind and non-judgmental attitude toward yourself during the process. If you don't want to miss the continuing adventure and all the upcoming episodes, click subscribe. Stay with us and be sure to experience every moment together.